Yes, hello everybody, this is Ray from Rays United, and I'm back. I just finished recording an ICE Network video, but this is about Pi Network. And of course, I thought about this for weeks, and I thought, I need to release this video. People keep asking questions about Pi being slow, Pi being this, Pi being that. And then I realized something. They've gone from step zero to another step, which I can't give any magnitude to, but they've got there. So I just realized, you know what? Pi Network is definitely a chess game. I'll explain to you why it is a chess game, but are you ready for what's coming, people? Are you ready for what's coming? Are you prepared to hear what's coming? Without further ado, you know what to do. Smash the like button, people. Smash the subscriber button. Become a member. Let's watch the channel grow and let's watch it get to 50K in no time. We're 19,000 away. We can get there. I know we can do this, but it's all up to you. Share the content. Tell your people what we do here. Tell them that this is second to none content, incomparable details, and of course, second to none hosts. Anyway, when I come back, here's on. Listen, I'm back. This is Ray from Rays United. 197 days at least. Remember, at least. Don't quote me. At least until open mainnet. Now, join the Pi Fest in your local. No, we can't join. Of course, I said when you're doing this video. I'm recording this video. Pi Fest is done, so I need to remove that. But listen, it's been great. Pi Fest has been great. Listen, as we're doing this, I'm going to remove it. Obviously, now the Pi Fest thing is gone. Thank you so much. I reminded myself. Version 1 of the Pi Network's roadmap is now live. Roadmap 2, obviously, version 2 will be out very soon. But hey, stake direct messages in Pi Chat. It's also happening. And of course, join the new Fireside Forum to earn flames. Utilize the testnet ecosystem to catalyze open mainnet. Invite your referral team and security circle to be KYC'd. Of course, KYC open to all pioneers. Some of you don't even know that it's happening. But hey, we need to build our utilities and ecosystem intrinsically. And all these, I look at that and I'm like, that is what we call a chess game. People would think it's a joke. Watch this video till the end because I'm going to ask you if you're ready for what's to come because it will hit you like a bomb. I can tell you that it will hit you like a bomb. But for now, let's just watch this. So Pi Network started from somewhere, right? It started from somewhere on March the 14th, 2019. It launched, few people, 1,000, it increases. Obviously, the milestones are reached logarithmically. So you have 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million, and that's where we're at. We've been at 10 million for almost 2 years now. So getting to 100 million is not a joke. So if we get to 100 million, we don't know what's going to happen, but we know that the system-wide base mining rate has changed. When we started Pi Network, Pi was at 3.14 Pi per hour. Basically, it went to 1.6, it went to 0.8, then it went to 0.4, it remained at 0.4 for a while, then went to 0.2, and then from there, we got to the point when they changed it, and we had the system-wide base mining rate, which obviously decreased or increased depending on how people be mining over the monthly period. So that's what Pi Network has been. That's how they've been for the past year or so. But you should remember, a lot of people have been saying, oh, Pi Network is so slow. Oh, Pi Network is this. I can tell you that when the Twin Towers of the United States, New York, came down on September 11th, 2001, the one thing people were asking, how were they going to rebuild the whole area, ground zero, as it were? How were they going to rebuild it? Because it was a whole lot of work. Debris had to be cleared, a memorial had to be built for the fallen, and then plans had to be made to build the one, what's the name? Is it one one tower something. I've forgotten. Somebody who lives in America should tell me. I've forgotten, but I know it's got one in it. But it is that is it one World Trade Center, one trade tower or something like that. But they built it. It's nicer than the Twin Towers. The Twin Towers will always be one of the symbols of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And of course, but it took a while for them to build that. It took a while. It took a lot of planning in order to keep a memorial for the families of the fallen, for those who were victims to that particular tragedy. So what I'm trying to say here is, it may not be a clever analogy, but what I'm trying to say is it took time for the World Trade Center to be built. They could never build the Twin Towers, so they had to build one which would stand out, and the other plot will be reserved for a memorial service every year for the fallen. Now, Pi Network is on a journey. In case you haven't realized, it's on a journey. This is a long journey. That's how chess is played. Now, I was watching a series called The Queen's Gambit. I'm not a chess player. I know how to play, but I'm not good at it. Do you know what I mean? There are people who are masters of chess. They can play numerous people at the same time. Those people are masters. They know which moves to make. But the moves are calculated. It's not like checkers, where you can just keep pushing the marbles here and there and win eventually because you made one move and that was great. You can't make those moves in chess. You will lose at all times. You understand? There are attacks and counterattacks and defense and counter defense and all of that. Do you know what I mean? So it's a long game when it comes to a chess game. And that's what Pi is all about. Pi Network is a long game, people. It's a long game. And so we've come from having less than 1,000 people in the first few days to having what? We've gone from that to having over 50 million unofficially. Over 50 million unofficially. I know we're more than 50 million. I'm 100% certain of that. But people are still complaining about the project. And I understand that. I understand because Pi Network could do with some quality as opposed to quantity. But is it their fault that they're the first mobile mining crypto network? No, they're not. It's not their fault. You understand? But they initiated the whole thing. Some may have been able to better it. Some may have been able to learn some lessons from Pi Network's mistakes. It could be the communication part where they were the best at it in the beginning, but now their communication levels have dwindled, and as a result, the criticisms, are there. The murmurs are there. The murmurings are there, and some people are complaining behind the scenes. The utility platforms would want open mainnet to be now. Some people may say, well, we've locked up, so we would want it to be when our lockups end. I understand everybody's acting in their own interest. Now, one thing I'll tell you, which I told other people in my previous video, is that don't get emotionally attached. Do you understand? It's a chess game. You can't get emotionally attached. You can still do your jobs, which means mine, invite people, tell them to keep mining, tell them to check if they can be KYC and migrated eventually, and tell them to understand Pi Network, which means, check the Fireside Forum, of course. Every event that happens, try and get yourself involved in it. Do you understand? Try and get yourself involved in those events, because if you don't get involved, you can sit there and complain and say, yeah, I want to do this, but this is not happening. Complaining is not going to take you anywhere. Do the job. Work. Do you know what I mean? Because it is a chess game. It's a long game. It is not a short game. So play that long game with every one of us, every single one of us. Because if you keep being there and complaining, it's not going to do you anything. Your complaints ain't going to take you anywhere. It's not going to change the stance of the fact that this is a chess game. So play your moves right. Let's all play our moves right, because eventually some are going to win, some are going to lose. That's just what it is. Some may get their Pi burned. Some may not be able to get KYC'd eventually. Some may not even get migrated, and some may get migrated and get scammed, and that's just what it is. We are going to find people who are going to be who will fall victim to any of those things I've mentioned. But you don't want to be one of them. Those of you watching me, you don't want to be one of them. I don't want you to be one of them. So share the content, smash that like button, let people know that it is a chess game. But are you ready for what's coming? Somebody would ask, what's coming? Well, nobody knows, right? Nobody knows what's coming. And that's just fact. Because the Pi Core team, they're not as communicative. Do you know what I mean? That's just fact. They're not as communicative. They're very stealth in everything they do. Hey, I think I've accepted that fact. I am not going to live by any emotions when it comes to Pi Network and any other. I will not be very defensive. Do you know what I mean? I'll just say it as it is and what I know. All right? So are you ready for what's coming? Because I know I am. I'm prepared. I'm well stocked to deal with what's to come. Smash the like button on your way out and share the content. Obviously, the name is Ray, channel's Raysunited, word is peace, and I love you. Raysunited.